Yeah, it's the realness. City of the still where the films is. Bill shit, ballin' like a smaller Josh Childress. I'm in the building.
No, hold on. I got the perfect thing to start off. I got the perfect thing to start off.
That was a good one, though.
I got a perfect thing to start off.
Okay.
Would you rather be Thanos or an Infinity Stone?
No.
Why not? It's a good question.
Wait,
would you rather be Thanos or an Infinity Stone?
If I would rather be one or the other?
Yeah. And hold up. This is perfect. Look, this is great. All right. So my reasoning is, would you in the context of, would you rather be Thanos or an Infinity Stone? An Infinity Stone is you're like a stepping block for a chick. Like they'll take you. Like hold up.
So this is about chicks.
This is the question. Like the girl will take your best qualities, the Infinity Stone, and pass it on to another guy. So like Thanos is the other guy where the stone gives you like their quality. So say I'm dating Greg, right?
Okay.
But
Kinky.
there's like
I could see that.
There's like stuff about Greg that I like, and there's stuff I don't like about him. And say you're Thanos. So I take the stuff I like about Greg and pass it on to you. So would you rather be the guy that gets other people's traits or the guy that's
okay, I kind of get where you're going with this. Yes. No, in that case, yeah, no. I mean, at the end of the day, but what do you mean? Like that person gives them the traits,
because you like people do it like unintentionally, where they'll try to like mold you in the way they want you to be.
Right.
So say Greg is like this like super amazing like listener and whatever, and
I am.
And
no, yeah,
say,
for sure,
like,
he is.
Say Greg and I break up and you and I start dating. I'm gonna try to pass on the traits that Greg had onto you. So like try to mold you into being a good listener.
Asking if you have sloppy seconds or be the first one.
That's not what I'm asking.
Yes, he is.
That's not what I'm asking, because it has nothing to do with it.
It also depends on the girl.
It has nothing
on the whole situation.
No, see, this is how I know you're not listening to the question, because that's not what I asked. I'm not asking about sex. I'm asking.
I didn't say sex.
What is sloppy seconds?
Seconds just like you have.
How is it sloppy seconds? Explain to me how it's sloppy seconds. It has no context.
Because it doesn't matter, bro.
Is this just about like dating?
This is just dating in a relationship.
Okay.
Yes. It has nothing to do with sloppy seconds. How is it sloppy seconds?
I'm not saying sloppy seconds in terms of sex. It's like sloppy seconds. Like you're making it like because she had a past relationship that matters about your current relationship.
But Greg, people do it. Greg, yes it does.
No,
yes it does. You don't think in your next relationship you're not gonna carry stuff that you have from the past?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It has nothing to do with his next relationship. It's a whole different scenario.
No, it does, because people do it unintentionally. Then in your next relationship, whatever you get in the next, whatever was. Greg, are you telling me that in your next relationship, you're not gonna try to take the best things from your previous experiences and try to find it or mold it into the next person?
That has nothing to do with what you're saying.
That's what I asked.
The premise is this, dude. Okay.
How are you gonna tell me what I'm asking you is wrong?
You're being silly.
How am I being silly?
I don't think there's anything wrong with not I wouldn't say so far like molding or anything like that.
I don't think there's anything wrong, but I'm just saying.
Wrong with, and it's not like, oh, you're changing the person, from how they used to be.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I'm just saying, what do you prefer? Do you prefer to be the guy that gets changed into what your significant other wants you to be, or do you want to be the person that other people like? You're not really in there, like your relationship doesn't work out, but you know that they like this about me, so they'll try to find that in the next person.
But see, that's the thing, because I don't think that person will think, because I mean, if the person that was in that relationship, it didn't work out with them, I don't think they're gonna be like, yeah, that person's gonna put that onto the other person. I don't think they're gonna look at it in that way. I think if anything, they're just gonna be like,
oh my god.
Probably, I don't know, the way I see a lot of people change from probably being, a nice person, nice listener, to being a dick. Because it's like, man, fuck that, like.
What I'm saying is this, dude.
I'm
with Luis here, man. What I'm saying is this, is that, okay, yes, I understand what you're saying in terms of you're in a past relationship, right? It didn't work out, okay? Let's say the girl was in a previous relationship. She learned a lot from the guy. Would you rather be the next guy? That the stuff that she learned from this, she's gonna improve on and be that guy, or would you be the guy that was in that relationship and her move on, right?
No, that's not what I'm asking.
Look,
I'm asking
at the end of the
if
day,
you want to be the guy that she learns and grows from and takes on those things she learned and pass it on to the next guy.
Okay.
Or do you want to be the next guy that has to take everything she wants and adapt that and make that your new person? That's what I'm asking. No, it's not.
I feel like if you're gonna be somebody that's like, all right, I'm gonna change for this person or whatever, you know what I mean? Like change the way I act or whatever. I think it's, if anything, they probably see it. I don't know. As long as it's something that they feel like they need to do on their own because, you know, they feel like that's something that they gotta improve on, then I don't know. I mean, it's changed good. I mean, at the end of the day, whether it's good change, I mean, yeah, that should be good.
Say is like,
I don't know
why I think this question is so irrelevant in my opinion is because I don't give a fuck.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
And I don't give a fuck. And I know you're capping because we've had conversations about this exact thing.
Yeah, but we can have conversations about it, but it doesn't mean that it matters, though.
But Greg, I would do it, you would do it, and I'm sure Luis would do it.
Do what?
You would take the things you liked about your past relationships and try to find it or bring it onto your next relationship.
Okay, but what are examples of things that that you would like? Like going to the movies or something? Like, are you talking about that kind of stuff?
I
don't think I've had
traits.
enough like
what?
actual relationships to be
okay.
to have a word.
Like empathy or being sympathetic or being like welcoming and warm.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like those traits that a person has and another person doesn't have. But say you dated someone, right? And they were sweet, empathetic, and warm and welcoming, right?
Okay.
But they were a shitty person, like shitty personality.
Other things happened and why it didn't work out.
So you take the shit you liked about the previous person, the sweet, empathetic, warm, and everything, and try to find it in another person. And if that other person doesn't have it, you're gonna try to make them sweet, empathetic, because people do it unintentionally. It's just human nature to try to find this person and mold them or manipulate them into your perfect person. People do it. So you saying that you wouldn't do it, yeah, maybe not intentionally, but unintentionally, you would try to be like, I would prefer if you did this or move this way. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, I know what you mean.
Would you rather be the person
why is he yelling?
Because this is like the fifth time I've repeated this question. Would you rather be
but hold on. He started off with the premise about Thanos and Infinity Stones.
It makes sense. Okay, Thanos?
I never watched the Marvel movies.
You're a fucking liar.
I haven't.
You're lying.
The only movie I've ever watched was Infinity War and Spider-Man: Homecoming.
I just don't. I don't
Infinity
think
War
I would.
does he not have?
Yeah, but I don't know the premise of it all. I don't get it because I never watched anything else.
I don't know. I don't think I would.
So
I wouldn't want to be either one of those guys.
Thanos didn't have anything, but he grabbed his whatever powers he had was from other stuff, the stones. So the stone being your traits, or would you want to be Thanos, the person that takes all those traits and makes him a better, a better person? That's my question.
I don't know. But when I think about it, it's like I think about it in that way, but then I have to think about it in the actual human nature way. And then it's like, fuck, everybody's different. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's just so
it's just a simple question. Yeah. Would you rather be molded into someone else's view or into someone else's characteristics and personality traits? Or would you just rather be you and then just...
Well, everybody would just rather be themselves. I feel like nobody wants to be molded into anybody's thing. But you just got to realize that whether you have to change certain traits to, you know, not fit someone's fucking view of you, but to at least compromise with them or fucking make them happy in a way, then fuck it. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Plus, it's like, it's good change. Like, why the fuck? If it's like whether because somebody's not being empathetic or good listeners, at the end of the day, if that's something that the other person is wanting for you to do, that's improvement. That's a good thing for them that's wanting to do for you. So
you'd rather be what?
Make someone else better and let make me better.
No. That's not the question.
I like that one.
Hold on. But you said that like their past person, right? You like that they're sweet and caring and they listen to you.
But there's other shit about them that you did that didn't make sense.
But that's the same with everybody, with the next person.
So now you're saying that the next person doesn't have those traits? Okay, so then if I'm putting that on a person, it's fine because they should be that way regardless. You should be a good person.
Yeah, and honestly, if you are with multiple people in your lifetime, that's probably something that you should. That's probably something that you should push on everybody that you end up with.
You would want to be Thanos.
I guess, yeah.
Okay, that's I'm not gonna like say no. You don't want to be Thanos.
I guess to answer your question in the end, for the bigger picture, I would want to.
That's why.
For the bigger picture,
you are being manipulated.
For the bigger picture,
making someone a better person
in their eyes.
In whose eyes?
They're molding you in the way.
It depends, though. It depends what you.
Universally, being caring and a good listener is you should be.
Yeah, that should be a human nature. That should be a common thing that everybody should be.
If you want her to dress differently, that's toxic.
That's different. Yeah,
and I never would do that.
Okay, I completely agree. But what I'm saying is, some people are very confident and are like they like who they are as a person. So some people would feel like if you're trying to make me this person I'm not, you're manipulating me into being someone I'm not. So that's why my question was just, would you prefer?
Okay, I mean, like Luis smokes paraphernalia. Okay,
allegedly.
But that can be like cigarettes. That can be anything. Paraphernalia. But like,
okay, no. If anything, you just fucking say weed. Don't throw me on that fucking bus.
I was like, Luis, I don't like that you smoke weed. I don't smoke weed. I don't believe in smoking it. That's different, okay? Because that's not because say your ex, my ex didn't do that. You feel me? Like he didn't smoke weed. But if I went to Luis and said, that's manipulation, I think.
Of course.
That's silly shit. If Luis, like I'm talking to Luis about my day and he's not listening to me, he's fucking playing video games or on his computer or some shit, that's where I'm like, yo, fucking listen to me.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Exactly.
Okay, but in
the end, at least for my answer,
so I'm saying,
I guess looking at the bigger picture, I would rather be the Infinity Stone because then my characteristic traits are gonna be passed on to the next person for the better humankind.
I would rather be the Infinity Stone because I don't.
Okay, hold on.
But Greg, you're not so confused. Your answer isn't wrong.
No. I'm not saying I'm wrong. I'm saying that what is the Infinity Stone again?
Like the characteristic trait of
the person, your characteristic, your traits, what makes you who you are, are passed on to other people. So would you rather be the Infinity Stone? So your traits, everything good about you gets passed on to other people.
And then Thanos is the
person that
manipulates.
The one that gets manipulated or sculpted in those traits.
Oh, so Thanos is the one getting manipulated.
Yes.
Oh, then I'm the Infinity Stone. I want to be the one manipulated.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so
but it's not as much
it's not necessarily manipulation. It's just you're being molded and shaped into a person.
No, I want to be that because I like to learn.
Okay. So Thanos. Okay, so you're Thanos. Exactly. I would want to be an Infinity Stone. That's it. It wasn't meant to be a hard question.
Is the Infinity Stone's only good characteristics or bad ones too?
It's good and bad.
Okay, then I would rather be Thanos too. Because you have to learn at the end of the day.
What if your next partner also likes like the bad things about you? You know what I mean?
Toxic.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like it could be good and bad traits.
Bad.
Yeah, but if they're trying to put that on the other person, I mean, I don't know. I guess I would still not rather be at that point. I wouldn't want to be there because I wouldn't want to be the person giving out this bad.
That's what I'm saying. It's like would you want to be the Infinity Stone or Thanos? I personally would like to be in the Infinity Stone. That's it.
I want to be Thanos.
Okay, you want to be Thanos? That's fine.
I guess.
Okay, that's
if I have to look at it in the Infinity Stone and Thanos comparison, I would be Thanos as well.
Welcome to the fucking Sunday Daze podcast. We're like 15 or 20 minutes in on this stupid ass. That was meant to take like
15 minutes.
This conversation was meant to take like 5 minutes.
I would rather much be Spider-Man.
This is fine.
Yeah, dude, Spider-Man's bro. I watched Into the Spider-Verse last week.
It's a good ass movie.
Smooth time I watched it. So good.
Really, I haven't seen it, dude.
It's so fucking good.
Nice.
I love the animation design. Anyways, okay. Welcome to Sunny Daze Podcast. Follow us on Instagram at Sunny Daze Studios. YouTube, leave a like, subscribe, please. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I have something I want to talk about. Thank you, Chris, for bringing up that topic. It was a very heated debate, and this is what we need to be talking about during this time. All right?
Definitely. Read the room. Of course. This is
what we need to be talking about. Nah, I'm kidding.
Oh, I have AC on,
a heated debate, man.
But if my mic is sounding shitty, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought it up, but in due time, we'll fix that.
People are gonna.
Anyways, so I want to talk about something. Okay, there's this show I watched on Netflix called Unsolved Mysteries. Okay, I highly recommend watching 2 episodes. Yeah, all the other ones are irrelevant. The first episode and the UFO one, but I want to get to the first episode. Question.
I have the book actually.
You have a book?
Unsolved Mysteries. Book.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know the one about Ray Rivera?
Is that the guy that worked for the?
Go on about it. Talk about it, and then I'll remember.
No. He worked for well, anyways, okay. So he wanted to be like a screenwriter.
I
and
was
stuff
trying
like that.
to go off the conversation you had with me yesterday.
No. That's a whole nother guy. That's Bob Lazar.
Oh, okay.
This isn't about you. This one isn't about you. This one isn't about UFOs. This is about normal people. So he got married. He wanted to be a screenwriter. They're like recently newlyweds. He was a writer too. So his friend wanted him to move to Baltimore. They're like lifelong friends because he wanted him to write journalism pieces for his stock company, like what stocks you should buy because they're gonna rise. He would be like the journalist for that. So he went into that business, right? And so then he started getting into like Freemasons and all this crazy stuff.
So kind of shit we talked about last week.
Yeah, but he was also really into movies, like The Matrix. This weirdly kind of like dark simulation type shit, right? Yeah. So one day, his wife goes on a business trip. She's out of town. Once she gets off work, she calls him. He doesn't pick up, and he always picks up, right? And so there was a friend staying at the house, so she calls her and like, yeah, he got a phone call in like middle of the night, and all I heard was like a oh, and he ran out the house, and like never came back. Next morning, never came back, so he went missing, right? So all the family comes down. They're all searching for him. They find him in this old hotel that turned into a condominium inside the racquetball room. They found his car parked like in the hotel parking lot. He was in there, and there was a hole in the roof, right? So people thought that he jumped from the top of the building down and then crashed through the roof and then onto the floor. His whole body was like completely decomposed. It was like 10 days until they found him. Okay. So then they started investigating it. But the thing is, to jump on top from that roof to where he landed would have been 41 feet, a leap. So from where the roof of the hotel is to where he landed, it would have been 41 feet. I mean, he was in flip flops, bro. He was an athletic guy. He was like 6'5", and he was like a water polo guy. He was a Mexican dude, and like, so he was like hella athletic. You feel me? So like, it's not like completely inconceivable that he like got into some weird shit and then just killed himself because of it. But a 41-foot leap. I mean, that's insane though.
This doesn't sound so. It's like
if you see the diagram, dude, like it's crazy. Yeah. To jump. And then to get on top of it, no camera saw him go into that room, into the hotel that day. But the roof camera was snipped. So let me ask you this. And then on where the parking garage was next to the hotel, his phone was on the top of the parking garage. His phone, his sandals, and there was one more thing that was on his watch or something like that. All just kind of like laid out. But for him to make a hole in a metal roof ceiling, you can't jump. The parking lot is like 20 feet. That's not going to create that type of impact.
And you said it was his own car?
Yeah, it was his car that they found in the parking lot. So it was like this. Here's what it is. The parking lot was right here that his car was found. Mm. Then there was a parking garage next to it, and then the hotel was on this side. So it was like kind of three, So his car was found in this parking lot. His phone and everything was found on top of the parking garage. And the hotel was right here, right? A tall-ass hotel, big one. But he fell into like this little smaller section in between the parking garage and the hotel, which was the racquetball, like indoor racquetball court. Mm. And there was a hole in the roof. So how'd he die? Did he fall from the roof? I mean, that's like the only logical thing.
Right. You could have got pushed.
But, but then the coroners...
You said it was snipped, right?
Yeah, but then the coroner said that his injuries aren't like they kept the case open, the coroner's office, because it doesn't add up to how he like from falling, like the injuries that he had. So how the fuck did he die?
That's why it's an unsolved mystery.
It's like an unsolved mystery, bro.
It's crazy, man. Yeah,
dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But then, right, the place he works for, right when all this happened, the guy put up an $1,000 reward to find him, like his best friend.
Oh.
And then once the investigation kept going, they put like a gag. What is it? Do you know what it's called? A gag something?
Gag order.
A gag order to like, so the whole company, whoever talks about it, like they'll get fired and like fined. And they got all lawyered up and never talked to any law enforcement or anything, like right away. And the guy, his best friend, never talked to the family ever again.
Bro, wow. So that's just what makes me think it's like.
But then they traced that call he got that night before he ran out the house, and it was at the office.
Yeah, bro. So that just makes me think it's like probably some like
he got in some weird shit. But how did he die though? That's what I'm trying to get at. Is like, if they were to fake him committing suicide.
What they could have done was they could have killed him. They could have killed him prior.
Yes.
And then like made it like set a shit to make it seem like he's gonna like kill himself.
But then it's like, okay, what kind of machinery do you need to make a hole through a wall? It's not a wall. Excuse me.
If you're falling off from a tall ass building, right? It like the impact you can have could still.
Yeah. Not only that, but what are the chances of that him landing on his car?
No, he didn't land in the car.
Oh, I thought you said landed.
He landed on a racquetball, like the roof of the racquetball court indoors, the hotel.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Because if the building's tall as fuck, your force of impact.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the speed you gather when you're going down, it's like it's feasible. So they could have killed him prior, and then used the push the falling or whatever.
But then again, you never see him in the hotel.
But it's like if your company has something to do with it, then that means they probably have connects, which means they probably have.
So what's your theory, Greg? What are you trying to say here?
And then what makes it even worse is like if they lawyered up and then they send a gag order to you can't. Then it's like, bro, obviously some fishy shit's going on there. Yeah. So he was probably warned like, yo, like they're coming after you, like they know what you did. Maybe he was like maneuvering, or like maybe he was doing something sketchy and the company found him out, or maybe he figured something out about the company that they're doing something wrong, and you said he was a writer, so he
wrote for that law firm.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's like then maybe he knew something and was gonna go out, and then they caught him and he's like, oh shit, and he was like, and they found him, killed him.
Shit like that always happens to journalists, bro.
Yeah, dude.
But my thing is like, but what I'm trying to get at is like,
what's the guy's name that got shot?
He was, like, my thing is like this was all planned out. Like this was all fake, right? So even like the car being in that parking lot, I feel like they put the car there.
Yeah, bro, of course.
All that. But what I'm saying is, how did the hole get there?
Greg, you have to do. It's like it's forced, dude. If you're
I know, but I'm saying if he didn't, let's just say he didn't. Because of the 41-foot leap he would have to get, dude. A 41-foot leap. I'm talking from the edge of the hotel to get to where he landed. That's 41 feet this way.
Yeah.
To get there, dude. That's almost impossible.
But it can happen. But it can happen, dude. It's just.
I don't know, man. I mean, I think maybe because the camera was disconnected on top, that's how he died. But like, I'm just trying to think, if that wasn't the case, how the fuck do you make a hole in the ground, like a hole on the ceiling? And no one in the hotel ever saw him, even guessed, because it was a condominium, right? So it's people live there.
Dude, a lot of shit should be happening like that in hotels.
Do you know how many people like see something and don't say anything, and when they see something happen, they're like, "Oh,
yeah,
I didn't see
it."
It was
one dude.
Nah, dude. But it's like you don't know if the company like
and after this
you don't know if like company give him hush money, and then they send him what is it? A DNR or something like that?
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, it can happen.
I don't know, dude.
That shit's crazy.
I mean, it is fucking nuts, but it's like there is like some logical explanation as to why. Like,
and like if he was dead beforehand, right? Let's just say he was. I mean, were they like fucking two guys like?
That's what I was thinking right now, dude. Just
they could,
like,
dude.
literally, but you think
could.
they can still throw in 40 feet?
The way to get on the roof too is a crazier thing, right? The top. I mean, I know you say that there's like they got ties within the hotel, but like, bro, to get up to the roof, like this tall ass old building, right? And this is like
or what they could have done was
like a fancy
what
one.
they could have done was they could have waited and brought him onto the roof because they're gonna be like, okay, we gotta talk somewhere private. Let's go out to the roof. Take him out to the roof, kill him there. You're already on top of the roof, and it's just like you just gotta throw him off.
I just don't buy it, dude. I don't buy him falling off the roof.
He didn't fall. They fucking pushed him. They did something to him.
Well, or him falling off, like he fell off. I don't buy it. Like,
right,
I just
but
don't
it
buy
can you can fall from that. The amount of speed and your weight.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying.
No, but you're saying how did the hole get there? It's like, bro, it could happen.
No, I'm saying the distance for him to get to there, bro, is like.
Fuck, maybe they pushed him off a helicopter.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
maybe because they went to the roof.
Helicopter.
Maybe they were on the roof and there was a helicopter roof. Let's just talk. And then shit happened. They pushed him off and then boom, there.
I don't know. It's
and
fucking.
then if it's a company, you know they got a helicopter.
It's weird, dude.
And then most hotels do have like helicopter pads on top, especially if it's
dude, that one was like. Dude, when I'm telling you it's old, bro, I mean it's like old, bro. Like the architecture on that shit, like the hotel roof is just like flat and concrete, and it's like slippery. It's like it's not. I don't know.
So what they could have done was they had him on a helicopter.
Why don't you throw a dummy off that thing and see where he went?
Killed him in the helicopter, pushed him off, and then wherever they landed, like fuck it, wherever he lands, he lands.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Don't look at me. I got no
answers. I get what you're trying to get at, but there's like a lot of like.
I'm saying these guys are like. I think they're smarter than like. I think they fucking put that hole in there. Whoever killed him, bro. I don't think he fell off the roof.
You don't. Yeah.
I don't think he fell off the roof.
Maybe they did. I mean, you never know, dude. People have resources for that type of shit.
Because of the cops, they marked it as suicide.
That's what I'm telling you, bro. Of course they did.
Well, I know. I'm just saying though, because they knew that that's what the cops were gonna do.
Exactly. Yeah. And then the way they like placed his belongings on top of his car, it's like in like the law classes they're taking, it's like most like they set their belongings on something that's theirs. So when they get
no, they didn't put it on the car. The car was in the parking lot. They put his stuff, dude, on the parking garage roof. So he was in
that's what I'm saying.
It was crazy,
that's what I'm saying. That's so that they make it look like he got rid of his...
But then get this. The phone. Okay, let's say he just jumped off, right? With the stuff in his pockets. The phone wasn't cracked. Nothing was wrong with the phone.
But you said it was
it was his glasses. The glasses aren't broken.
But like was the glasses on him?
That's what I'm saying.
Were the glasses on him? Like when
if they were on him, they'd be completely shattered.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Is like they made it look like where before he jumped, he took all of his possessions out, set him down so that people could know who he is if they can't identify him. Make it look like they made it look like a suicide. Whoever did it made it look like a suicide. Because if you make it look like a suicide, chances are they're not going to investigate it.
Yes, I'm not denying that fact. I'm just saying how did he get from the roof to 41 feet down?
Greg, this goes back to a conversation we had last week. How would you kill somebody if you had to?
Look, they probably did that.
That's their way of doing it. Yeah.
They probably did that. Killed them and then got something to make that hole just to make it look like it.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's like,
and if the hotel footage is cut off, it's because they're involved, dude. A lot of hotels are involved with shady shit like that.
Especially if it's like an old beat down, rundown hotel. It's like,
yeah, dude.
It was a condominium. It was a hotel, and then they like reversed, changed it. So like people live there. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I don't know, dude. Should be happening, bro.
But yeah, that shit was crazy. Okay, now, Luis, we were talking about something about simulation theory, and me and Chris were talking about this last night, kind of too.
So
why don't you think we don't live in a simulation?
It's not that I don't think. I mean, it's just I would not want it to be. Of course, I would want this to be like real life. Who wouldn't it? However, if
this is real life, this is my life.
I mean, honestly, this is what the fuck. If this isn't it, then what the hell is it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are we waiting for to fucking die so then we can go to the real place? If that's the case, why not everybody just fucking?
I always had this thing is like, what if our dreams are like the real life, and then
I think dreams are us going into different realities.
Shit. Well, we'll get to that. But my question is,
because when I think about it with simulations is like a person playing a story-based like video game, right? So you all have different experiences.
Yeah, and that's the thing. But what I'm saying is like, if this is a
shit.
simulation, is it being controlled by someone?
Yes, dude.
Or by something? By who? Or
the UFOs.
What? UFOs? You think it's aliens?
Dude.
So then you think that aliens? So you think this Earth is not real?
I think it's real, but it's
what we're living in Earth is not real.
Well, I think everything to us is real,
right?
But to a higher
level or
knowledge or higher energy, it's not.
Right. Okay. I've always did think that.
Because
but
like think about it with an ant, right? Do ants think superhighways are real? Like an ant, the insect. You know what I mean? Do they think phones are real? Like that shit's real to us, but it ain't real to them.
Yeah, but I mean, if this is if this is a simulation controlled by aliens, then do you think they're just having us go through fucking endless years of war? Like that's the whole fucking.
If from like an outsider, war is fucking fun. It's nuts.
Yeah, for sure.
You get it.
But you think no? But that's the thing. Like that's the thing. So if that's the case, you think that's what the universe is? Just people wanting to watch each other get killed or killing each other. That's what the higher energy is. You know what I mean? Like
I think that we were just an experiment, and they saw how we evolved, and that's just what we evolved into.
But I feel like the thing is, I do get that, but we evolved into humans how long ago? And it's like it's just been endless years of fucking pointless wars.
But look at how long it takes for us to make any change at all, regardless.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So I feel like they got their answer. We're not gonna make it change.
It's probably like a 10 o'clock TV show, bro. You know what I mean? Like before they go to bed, this is what they're watching. You know, like what happened.
And I think about that a lot too. Like the Simpsons fucking with the
exactly. It's like what happened on Earth today, and then they just watch whatever's going on.
Still, it's just like fuck, dude. Like,
bro,
damn, like that's really
like their best season, bro.
If that's really like life or like a simulation.
This is their best season. Are you kidding me? The shit. It's 2020 and how much shit has happened in 6 months,
bro. Okay, the Black Plague.
Okay, but this is like,
dude, the coronavirus ain't shit.
No, hold on. Let me get to what I'm saying. People knew people weren't like, they didn't question the Black Plague.
Oh yeah, so people did. Bro, the religious psychopaths, bro.
So what I'm saying was the millions, like it almost wiped out a whole entire continent.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I just feel like
but coronavirus hasn't done that.
That's what I'm saying. That's why the Black Plague was a better season.
No, what I'm saying was they introduced this to see now that people have evolved and see if they would question.
Oh, I get you.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like they got to see reaction from different types of people. The nut jobs are like, this is fucking fake. This is like this isn't real. Like they're trying to have us scared, and it's like, then the people that are like, this is fucking real. You guys need to be fucking scared, protect yourselves, and all that shit.
And that's what makes me think that like I guess like keeps me with an open mind with living in a simulation or whatever, because
giving us this fucking dumbass as a president, like come on, bro.
Well, it's just like I feel like history repeats itself a lot.
Oh yeah,
and that's what makes me think that, you know what I mean. But it's just like I just feel like it's not. We just gotta also learn that fucking us as humans are pieces of shit, dude. Right. Like you know what I mean? And it's like we gotta fucking change, but it's not. That's what makes me think or makes me want it to not be like it's a simulation. It's just the fact that we don't learn. You know
my thing is like, I don't think they're giving us these issues.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
This is all self because we've evolved and we like to.
So what I'm saying is like. What I'm trying to get at is like, even with ideas of like racism, even back during slave times, people were saying the same things we're saying today, right? There were people that just thought slavery was fucking idiotic and dumb. You get me? Like our mindsets on these types of things as a whole society haven't changed much. You get what I'm saying?
There was people back then that opposed
and like fake things, like structural things that are different now, but in terms of human mindset on these type of ideas, we're fucking the same as our ancestors, bro. Like for real, like real shit. Like we think that we're so evolved. We haven't evolved in hundreds of years. Like straight up, we're still the same people, bro.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like it's just I don't know, and it makes me think that it's not so much a simulation. It's just the fact that we can't fucking learn to Change for the better.
The higher ups have like shitty writers and.
Because it's like, think about it,
like
dude.
how TV shows like
Right,
they get different writers and then just
sucks,
yeah,
bro.
that's what I'm saying. So
It's like how The Office fell off. It's like, bro, they just fucked up. They fucked up and like once America came back, bro, they fucked up. America was like the worst plot of the
once
fucking.
they let America win World War II, they're like,
oh yeah, bro.
They changed writers and then.
Bro, they really came up with Hitler, dog. Fuck, bro.
That was good rating.
I mean, yeah, in terms of them, bro, but like, shit.
Wait, for what?
If like the aliens were writing scripts about this
Oh,
shit.
this is all the fucking.
Yeah.
This is good.
Sitcom.
The writers were on it, and then they
This is
let
a rom-com, bro.
and then they let
Shit,
the United States win, and they let the Americans get like
they didn't like
cocky.
There was like devices about the Cold War and like how we're all gonna drop nukes on each other. Like they were like, maybe we should just like end it. Like the season's over, like the series is over. But then they fucking kept going. Some bullshit, bro. Dude, we wouldn't have been here, bro. If Russia or the Soviet Union just like said fuck it, bro, they're about to drop hella nukes on us.
Yeah, man, it's just crazy, dude. Like, I don't know.
I hope this is a simulation, because if it's not, then I fucking hate my life.
I hope that is a simulation, because then I honestly think that I'll probably get to live another life.
Yeah, dude.
Afterwards.
So what I'm saying is like
that's the thing. But it's like, I feel like if you think that. Not like that it's bad thinking that, because obviously I would want the same shit too. Like, just
right.
fucking, I don't know. Like, well, are you talking about like reincarnating into like
Yeah, just go
something
into
else, or
go
like
into another reality.
Another
like,
reality? Okay.
Like you won't remember this at all. Like
so
you'll be a whole different person. I don't want to be ugly.
So
though.
you don't want to go to like heavens
like
per
a
se,
racist,
heaven.
bro. You get me? Like I don't want to be like an ugly person. Like
So you don't want to go to heaven after this life, or anything like that, like to paradise, pretty much. You know what I mean?
I for sure want that.
So okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know.
I want it to be anything I want.
But that's the thing. It's like
if
we think that way,
heaven is what
you make
want.
it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I'm gonna try to have that
but
for
that's
sure.
the thing. We gotta have fucking heaven on earth, bro. Because it's like,
oh yeah, 100.
I don't know. Like that's the thing is, humans are not gonna learn, dude. Like the thing is, if we're just gonna go off and say
heaven can be,
if we're gonna go off and say like, oh no, I'd rather just wait till I fucking die and go to heaven, like. What the fuck? Like, what the hell is the point of living almost 100 years possibly? We might as well just kill ourselves right now.
That's the thing.
You know what I mean?
I would never. All this like afterlife shit doesn't mean that this life doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? But hell yeah, if the heaven existed,
you have to make this life what you make it.
Exactly.
And then your next life is. Either it's like kind of like what did you do in this lifetime?
I honestly wouldn't mind if it was just complete darkness though, you too.
So like a void.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, just like if it was that's it.
What after life?
All I've ever wanted.
You were just not like.
Dude, imagine.
Well, like if you didn't feel
all
anything.
All I ever wanted was to be left alone and be like just in peace. So it's
exactly.
like if that's my heaven, then that's dope.
Yeah, but like legit, like imagine you're 95, right?
Yeah.
And you're just like, fuck, bro. Like all you do is you have your routine of waking up, eating your fucking oatmeal, watching whatever the fuck. Probably when we're older, we're playing VR still with the fucking you probably just go like this and you can just play fucking Madden or some shit.
Your memories and that'd be nuts, bro.
Like, but what I'm saying is like, imagine being that old and you're just like, dude, just like,
yes,
bro.
But there's already things for that kind of stuff that kind of allow you to literally kill yourself in the medical
it's assisted suicide. Yeah, it's legal in Oregon, but it's like the only state you can do that in. Though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a start. It's something that I'm sure years from now is going to be more. Right? There's going to be in more places.
That's why people that are in their latter years of their life, they move to Oregon because there's the assisted suicide over there, and you have to live there for like.
And honestly, year. I think that's you should have the fucking right to do that, because I mean, you know what? There's people that don't want to be that age. They just they've lived their life. They're good. They want to just move on now or whatever. And why not fucking let them do that?
It's crazy. Like,
because with me, dude, like I don't want to depend on anybody at that age. Like,
I know, dude. I like at home and shit.
Not only that, dude. Like you fucking start shitting yourself and shit like that. It's like it happens. That's human nature. I get that, but like at least for me personally,
I have this thing on like. I have this like theory on like modern medicine and how much medication you take now plays a role on your mental health when you're in your latter years. Because let's hear me out. People that are older now, back then medication was rolling out, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say that like medicine is the cause of like Alzheimer's, but I'm like saying it kind of. I think it speeds up the process, or it enhances the process of you getting. I do think it's a trait, like a trait you can get, you can be born with. But I think medicine kind of advances it makes it more prominent. So like me currently, I don't take any medicine. I don't take, like, if I have a fever or I have like a cold or whatever, I don't take medicine. Like, I'm not gonna fucking take medicine. Like, if the doctor recommends you medicine, I'm not gonna fucking take your medicine.
Why?
Because of that thing I have where it's like how do I know 10, 15, 20 years from now all the medication I'm taking now isn't going to affect me? Like, I'm like seriously gonna take medication for a fucking cold that my body will get over in a week?
Oh, I get what you're saying. So more like very, like, not basic, but like very, like a minor cold.
Yeah, even if it's like,
let's say you had like cancer.
No, bro. But this is my thing. If I have cancer, let me fucking die.
Jesus Christ.
No, but hold on, hear me out. Is going through chemotherapy and going through all the pain?
Yeah, bro. Chemo's fucking
but is it worth all that pain
hard
just
shit
to live?
Go through, man.
And it's like,
well, let me ask you this though.
Then you can't live a normal life. Say I go to a doctor in like a week. Like, you have cancer. What are my odds? You're 50-50. Cool. I'm gonna just chill. If I make it, I make it. If I don't, I don't make it. Let me live my life. Let me be happy. Let me not have to wake up in pain and agony, because let me be able to get out of my bed, because chemotherapy doesn't let you do that.
True. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, now you think that way though.
No,
because
I've thought about that way when I was like younger, or I was like,
no. I'm saying about where you are in your life.
Right.
Like, say you had family.
Nah, bro.
You know,
it's I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's like, if I have with kids and everything, bro, and they tell me you have cancer, and it's like, but what are my chances?
But like, dude, hold on. But like, with my dad, right? Because he had leukemia.
Yeah.
And if he never went through chemo, he never would have saw my sister born.
Oh, for sure.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But I'm saying it's different.
My dad has,
I
has a lot of health problems. Like, ever since he got sick, he's never been the same.
But that's what I'm saying. It's different. What I'm saying is, like,
he was still able to, like, see us grow up and like all that shit. You feel me?
But I'm saying it's different. It's like me. I felt this way when I was little. I'm like, when I was little, I hated taking medicine. I'm like, I don't want to take medicine. Whatever. My mom was like one of those persons
I'm not a big medicine.
My mom was one of those persons that if you're like the smallest thing, go to a doctor. And so I'm like, now that I'm like old enough to be like, no, I'm not going to the fucking doctor. It's like, I don't go to the doctor unless it's like absolutely urgent. But it's like, nah. So it's like my whole thing where it's like the cancer thing.
Yeah.
If I got cancer, what are my odds? 50-50? Cool. Let me live. I'm not taking nothing. If I make it, I make it. If I don't, I don't.
Okay, what if it's 70-20 that you'll 70% chance you won't make it?
I need a 90% chance I'm gonna make it.
What do you mean? No, I'm saying like your 20% chance you'll live if you don't do anything.
I don't give a fuck. No, I'm not taking medicine.
You wouldn't do chemotherapy? Would you try like the other like more natural ways of doing it?
Like what? Weed?
No, I mean, weed's only for certain ones, right?
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not like it can cure.
I'm not saying it's a cure, but it's like you can live with it, and it'll moderate your pain.
Yeah,
there's like this I forgot a kid. He had it, and he couldn't take radiation or chemo because of like some health issues.
Right.
And he did. I forgot what it was, like solar shit, bro. Like UV rays or some shit like that. Or I don't know what it was. Bro. But it was like a natural thing, and he like got taken away. Like, dude, chemo is.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. Honestly, I wouldn't be able to answer that.
So going back to my thing, it's like the whole it's kind of nuts to me how people are so trusting in the healthcare system.
For sure,
where it's like doctors and pharmaceutical companies have contracts where they want to prescribe you their shit so that you get hooked on it, and you have to come and they get paid, and doctors get paid prescribing you it. So it's like, bro, how do I know what you're giving me 20 years from now isn't gonna fuck me up? Yeah. And it's like that. Like that's like my general mistrust. And
I thought about that too, and I feel like that's kind of just more the same thing. It's not. Because a lot of these doctors are against that, against providing such medications for certain reasons.
But I think that's now. But before they wouldn't say anything like you have to take this. You have to take this.
Pharmaceutical like that's
but it's because of the pharmaceutical companies. Yeah, a lot of the doctors. I mean, they want the pharmaceutical.
And it's like I work at a retirement home, and I see how many pills these residents take, bro. And they don't question it at all. They're like, my doctor said I gotta take it, so I'm gonna take it. And it's like they act so different from when before they take it and then after they take it. And it's like, bro, why the fuck are you taking this medicine? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like it just boggles my mind.
Oh, yeah, there is. Yeah.
Like just to for the most part, like that, like that blind trust people have with like doctors and stuff.
But yeah, I mean, I can honestly say I haven't really gone to a doctor. I've been to urgent care for reasons, but then I haven't even been like actually seen because sometimes these copays are fucking too much, fuck all that.
So you're just like, fuck it.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, same thing. I don't really take.
So would you take chemo?
Yeah, I can't even say right now, honestly. I have to be put in that situation and see what my options are.
I just think it's easier.
But like, to that question though, because I thought about that too. Like if it's like, a 50-50, you're fucking just like, there's a high chance that I'm not gonna, that it's too advanced or whatever. At that point, I'd probably just want to
it's like, just let me live my life. You know what I mean?
I probably wouldn't want to do chemo, but I don't know. Like I said, at the same time, I still would have to be put in those shoes and in that position at the time to really say my answer.
Completely, like not taking anything from that. Like I get it, but it's just like me. Like I know who I am, or like I know what like I would think. So it's just like if I do this, I'm not going to be able to live normal. I'm not going to be able to get out of bed for like a number of days. I'm not going to be able to like. I'm gonna have to depend on other people. I don't want to be a bother on other people. I don't want to depend on other people. So it's like, and then if knowing that, oh my God, I have chemo, it's like I'm not going to live a quote unquote normal life. So let me be me. Let me just go on about my day, to enjoy it how I want, not have to be like waste my days in like chemo or whatever. And it's just like, just let me chill. Just let me do me.
Because you're saying even the chances of you surviving, if you do chemo and then you still die, then what was the point?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's always like the, you got to try.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to fight though.
Yeah.
Like that's what life's about.
Yeah, I guess in the end,
to live.
But what's the point? But what's the point if you're gonna die? What's the point if, bro? They're telling you like chemo, but you have like a 10% chance of making it.
You're saying there's a chance.
I'm like, you know what, doc? I appreciate it, but I'm gonna just do me.
Right. I mean, you like what is it like? What's the word? Yeah, like. 30 was it like stage 3 cancer or stage 4 like when you're like you're fucked, dude. It's like, okay, well then I'm not gonna do anything. But if it's like this is on like we found it early, if we start now then it's not gonna spread.
Sure,
I'm just like, okay,
that's different. That's different. I'm saying if like say I was to go to a doctor in like a week and they're like, holy shit, you have cancer, it's like stage 2, it's progressing fast, you have about like a 40-30% chance to make it. I'm like, you know what, nah,
right,
I'm straight. But if it's like I go and they're like, oh shit, like it's like really early, if you were to surgery and then get it removed, you'll be fine. I'll be like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But if it's just that like where it's just like it's like too far along, it's like they're like we missed it by a couple of weeks or some shit, and it's cancer. Like, what?
Yeah. Okay, let's do this. What if your child had it?
I'd ask my kid.
Oh my God.
No, fuck, you can't do that, bro. You're the parent.
But it's like
he's 8.
You're responsible for that child.
They're 8. They're 8 years old. So what do you want to do?
No, hold on. No, hold on. I say you ask them, and then you base your decision off of what they ask. What if they're like, Dad, I don't want to go through this? Or what if they're like, so okay, I'm gonna switch it. What if you're like, fuck it, I want my kid to survive, and then a couple months into chemo, they're like, Dad, I don't think I can do this anymore. Like, I hurt, I can't move. I would rather not do this anymore. What do you do?
Why are we talking about this?
No, I know, but it's just what do you do? Do you ignore what your kid wants because of your selfishness of not wanting your kid to die? Or do you? No, it's an honest question.
That's crazy.
It's happened.
That's fucking nuts.
So it's like
selfishness though.
If your kid is asking you to please stop and you're ignoring him and telling him, but because low key in your heart you don't want to lose your kid, that's selfish.
I think at that point, I mean, would the kid know
Yeah,
that they could that they would pass away if they don't get it?
He's self-aware enough to the point where he knows.
I think at that point, it's a conversation we probably just gotta have, and
Okay, hold on,
I guess
hold on.
consider both ends, but still, I can't.
So,
dude, I don't have kids.
saying,
I don't have.
okay, so
never
I'm
been in those shoes.
The first decision you make, you're like, I want my kid. Like, no, like you do the test.
Could never.
Say you're like a couple months in, and he's like, Dad, and you don't even recognize your son, like or your kid, and he's just like, or him and her or her, like, Dad, I can't do this.
Sick.
I can't do this anymore. Like, I honestly, I hate this. I can't. I don't like. I'm asleep half the time. Like, I don't even know what day it is. I don't know. Like, honestly, I don't know if it's worth it. I don't think I want to do this anymore.
Okay, so then this is what I do. I say, okay, I understand what you're saying, and I'm listening. Let's go talk to the doctor and see what they say about it. And then whatever they say, if they say, yeah, it's not.
Why are you putting the responsibility on the doctor?
No, I'm not saying. I'm just asking him what we should do. Mm-hmm. My kid is telling me that he can't do this anymore.
But your kid's still like, whatever the doctor says, he's like, I can't, Dad. I just can't. I can't.
So even if the doctor said, well, he's improving, we see the growth has stopped. You know, if we just keep going, a couple more weeks.
Yeah, but the kid's still like, no.
Well, then listen, buddy. Just, you're gonna have to sit for a couple more days, all right? We're gonna do this. You want a toy?
I like Greg's answers.
I'm not saying it, but I'm just. It's just like I'm just being devil's advocate. Just like
no, for sure. I'm just saying that, like, bro, life is precious, bro. You gotta fight for that shit, man. Like.
That's the thing. I feel like we can't be dependent on the afterlife.
Because, like, if my kid's saying, like,
the fucking,
I don't know,
whatever is after this, like, we gotta make this shit fucking worth it. And if it is a simulation, like, let's say for some reason.
And then I'm gonna throw religion out there. Who are you to tell to? Because God's the one that tells you.
Wait,
no. I mean, I can go about religion all day too, but fuck, I lost my train of thought.
Okay, I'm fucking sorry. So who are we to play God and say when you can get to live and decide not to live? If God has a plan for us and you already, what if that's your time?
Right. But
I'm gonna throw religion out there. Yeah.
Oh, got you. I mean, I don't give a fuck about that.
Religion out there. It's like, because the religious nuts will be like, God, this is your time. God wants you to be with Him.
But that's all about fucking just wanting to feel like protected or whatever.
I'm just throwing like another like circumstance out there. Like,
I'm just saying, like, okay, so my thought came back, and it's like, let's say, because obviously right now it's like we are doing this, but we don't know what's gonna happen with this whole thing we got going on, obviously. However, if we happen to get the recognition we deserve,
maybe.
Do you think that was meant to happen then in that simulation? Or do you think it's something that we fucking broke the system?
Right.
Bro, because technically, like, and I hear a lot of people say this, like JC, he said it, he's like, I'm not supposed to be here. You know what I mean?
So are you saying this? So are you like having like the free will conversation? Like, is this? Was this planned? Like, was this? If it's planned, yeah. Was this in your plan or was this free will? Like, did you want it enough that you chased it?
I thought about this. I thought about this shit my whole life. Like, for some reason, I've always like. And this shit might sound corny. This shit might sound the same to everybody, and this might what everybody might feel about themselves. But I feel like I've always seen myself doing this kind of shit. Like,
for real.
I've always seen myself just doing this type of stuff. Nah, I don't know, since I was little, dude. Like, whether it was me watching fucking cartoons, reading a comic book or a book, or fucking watching TV, whatever, I saw myself doing that kind of shit. So I don't know. It's something that I've just always had in my head my whole life. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that because of that, like, I'm meant to be that. You know what I mean? So it's like, is that break? If you make it to whatever you want to be, is that you breaking that simulation or that cycle or whatever?
Do you think this is getting to manifestation?
Huh?
I believe in manifesting. So if you believe it enough that it comes.
But now, are you manifesting maybe something in the simulation for this to happen? You get what I'm saying?
And that's, see, I've thought about shit like this. Cause
or maybe, I'm going to throw this out. What if you're made with that idea of what you want to be and they're planning it and they're planned?
Like, see, and I thought about shit like that. Yeah, and I thought about shit like that too. But it's like, dude, like, you can't, like, at the same time, I feel like everybody feels this way about certain shit and about certain things, and it doesn't mean that it's gonna work out, that it's gonna happen in that way.
So I think I'm just an anomaly, because I don't know what I want to fucking do.
I don't know, dude. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, this is where I saw myself years from when I was little, but it's like I just always saw myself in some type of fucking, like, I mean, everybody wants to, like, when they're kids, you know, I want to be famous, whatever, you know what I mean? But it's just a thought that I never thought of it as, like, I want to be famous. I just thought of it as in, like, that's what I want to do. Like, I see people acting, it's like, I feel like I can, not saying fucking acting is easy and shit, but it's like,
I can do that.
I feel like if I can try that shit, I can fucking really fucking sell that shit. A fucking, you know, a scene. You know what I mean? Shit like that. But it's like, it doesn't mean that, like, at the end of the day, you gotta work for it. You know what I mean? Just because we're doing this doesn't mean that, oh shit, because I've thought about this my whole life, it's gonna fucking happen. And you know what I mean? But it's like, to the people that have, you know, that have fucking made it and that have fucking gotten to reach their dreams, you know, a lot of them say, like, you know, I'm not supposed to be here. So it's like, it makes you think, like, so is that fucking cycle or that simulation that they were living in or that they were going through broken, or is that still a simulation that we're all living in and that was meant to happen to them? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
shit
dude.
like that. But it's like, and it's like, makes you think, like, well, out of everybody, the billions of people in the world, why is it that, you know, I'm not the only one that's had those thoughts in their head? You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't think it's anything special to say, you know, oh shit, this is part of the simulation to make it fucking happen, or, you know, that's what makes you think, like, yeah, it could be a simulation, but at the same time, it's like, if you reach those goals and certain things that you fucking, because everybody has their own way of making it, you know what I mean? Just because we do this shit doesn't mean that because somebody else is not doing it, they didn't make it in their life, you know what I mean? But like, making it, is that reaching or breaking that simulation, or what?
Let me ask you this about the simulation.
Or is it always just a simulation?
Well, I think, okay, now this is getting deep, but let me tell you this.
Yeah.
If there is a higher being that we're not aware of, right? What if we are in the process of recreating the higher being?
Explain. I don't understand what you're saying.
So, in terms of
God
evolution,
right?
For everybody, in terms of evolution, right? We are just a stepping stone, right? What are we creating? We're beginning to create artificial intelligence and higher intelligence. What if we are just the workers to continue to have? Because if our time is finite, then we could say that the higher being's time is also finite. Their time will also end. You get me?
Right.
Time in itself is infinite. It's not linear as we think it is. But in terms of us and our lifespans, it's finite. There's a beginning and there's an end. So if the higher power has the same sort as we do, there is a beginning and an end, okay? So their time, they might be gone already.
So are they living in a simulation?
No. What I'm saying is that if that higher power created this, who we are,
right?
What if we are just the workers to restart?
Oh, of course. You can
their power. Like, we're going to eventually be that again.
It's happened before. It's like the generation before us. They were the stepping stone for us.
Exactly. So
it
continues to go. Exactly. Right?
Yeah.
So then when AI takes over, because it will, and we'll no longer be the apex predator of the world, we were just a part of it. You know what I mean? Like, this is all meaningless in the grand scheme of things, not to us personally, but we become what they are.
You know what I just thought? You know how easy it is to destroy the human race? I'm not even talking like weapons of mass destruction. I'm just talking like, you bring up like a social issue and you'll see like a whole society fall apart from the inside out.
Yeah, dude, we're fickle.
People are
look at what the fucking virus did, dude. That was only the tip of it. You know, if you pushed it a little more than that, it would have been fucking...
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's like...
chaos everywhere,
the thing that human race is like superior and like... It's like, bro, we could literally end like this.
I mean, I don't think we're superior to nature or to anything, but in terms of like... But rabbits be fucking walking into like basic ass traps. You get me? Like, in terms of our intellect, no, 100. But I'm just saying that, like, on average, you know what I mean. Rabbits aren't going to take over.
I'm saying it's just nuts to think like how easy something can happen. Like something could happen.
No, I'm gonna defend the human race though, because like the shit that we be doing though, like real talk, it's like going to the moon and like going to space.
Did we?
Yeah, dude, and that's the thing.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah, and that's I think about that too, like the fact that we can do those types of things as a human race.
Did we go to space?
Did we go to space?
Yes, we have gone to space. There's people on the International Space Station as we speak.
How do we know they're up there? This is a simulation, Greg. How do we know?
I've seen Space Force, so
Space
they
Force.
can make it look
They can no.
like it.
You're not. He's backing up my point. You're not backing up yours.
I mean, I still believe we were
Bro,
up
we
there.
went to space, bro.
But-
We've
No,
gone
but
to
I'm
space.
just saying, how do we know?
Yeah.
How do
Remember
how
that
do the astronauts
documentary,
know that
Mr. Teal?
they're leaving? You know how easy it is to
Okay,
fake.
but I'm
you know
not-
how
no,
easy
no,
it is
no,
to
no,
fake. No, but I'm just saying. I'm just playing devil's advocate. How do we know?
No.
I just think
Okay,
it's,
hold on. Okay.
there's things we gotta
I'm
believe in,
talking
and that's one of them.
I'm talking about when you see a rocket fly up, regardless if whatever they're going to is fake, we still did
Went
this.
up there, yeah.
Yeah, you went up. You know how many times airplanes do this?
Okay, airplanes is a fucking miracle, bro. We learned how to fly,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. The fact that we can fly is pretty
I'm
tight.
not arguing that. I'm just saying, did we go to space?
I don't. That's not what I'm trying to say.
No,
dude.
yes,
I'm
you
saying
said
that
we
we're
went to space.
creating these things, and that's human. Like that's
Yeah,
beautiful.
humans can
for
definitely
sure. I'm
accomplish
not denying that, but I'm just saying it's like
accomplish great
No,
things.
it's not.
it is.
No, it's not. It's like
But I do believe that we went to the moon.
yeah. So do I.
Neil Armstrong, bro.
That's
No,
why.
bro.
That's why they never talked about it.
I'm just saying is that living this.
Buzz.
whole
That's why
idea-
Buzz. What's his name? Buzz Aldrin. They asked him questions, he didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, but is that maybe because he saw some crazy shit out there,
Or is it because they never went out there?
or because he saw some crazy shit out there?
When they asked Neil Armstrong never talked about it.
Neil
Why?
Armstrong, they said that he
Why?
talked to aliens too, though, didn't he?
So
When
that's
he
what
went
I'm
out there in that
saying.
crater.
It's like maybe we did go up there. He saw some crazy shit. Maybe he saw the higher beings.
Maybe he did speak to
And
aliens,
then-
and maybe
Bro, the
they
movies
told him,
don't
"Look,
make
this is
sense.
something that you cannot fucking tell anybody about. You're
That's
the
what I'm saying.
chosen
Maybe-
one."
okay, I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Maybe we did it. Maybe we did. And maybe the reason why the astronauts when they come back they don't talk about
Okay,
it.
well then fuck the space. Let's talk about airplanes.
Because think about it.
Let's talk about
Okay, no, hold on.
airplanes.
That's dope.
But look, if they
Oh,
were
like this,
so-
we're human- so we as a
Yes,
human.
I know. Yeah.
so wait, if we didn't go to
that.
space
Yes,
though,
but
if we
just
didn't,
as
if we
how as dope as we are also fucking trash.
True,
if we
but-
didn't go to space though, and they would be when they went up there, they were ready for a mission. They were so hyped. They go up on the fucking rocket and then come back down, and they obviously are not talking about it. But is that because they didn't go to the moon and they were just pissed at that the whole time, or
That's what I'm saying.
so? But that's the thing. It's like, is that something that they just went up to space and fucking were chilling up there?
Or
in
maybe
the
they just went
International
into the
Space
outer
Station,
layer
or
of the atmosphere, stayed up there for a while, came back down.
Which is also dope.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But-
I feel like
But
they would,
but just like I that is, if we did, that's dope. If we didn't, then it's like okay, it's like it falls into the whole simulation thing
So-
where it's just like I think us as humans are only allowed by whatever's out there to experience and get to a certain level. I feel like once if we're close to
Nah.
So if we didn't
close-
go to the moon,
I
do you
think
think
if-
that
I
the
think if
government
we're-
has
I
something
think
to
if
do
we're
with that?
close to reaching our pinnacle, whatever is in control does something to.
So
I think personally, I think society was going and moving in the right direction a couple years ago. I think honestly, I'm not like
What? When?
I'm just saying I know there was shit happening, but I think we were moving in the right direction.
No. We've
So-
been on a downhill spiral since the 60s, bro.
We were on a downhill spiral since the fucking 40s.
since the
Yeah.
1800s.
1776. Bro,
But it's like-
July 4th.
But I think my thing is like I think we're only allowed to reach a certain level, and once we are close or at that level,
Okay,
something happens that derails our progress.
Okay,
That's
okay,
what I'm
okay.
saying.
Right, okay.
So if we didn't
for
go to the
example,
moon, if we didn't go to the moon, you
No,
think
wait,
the
let me
government
just say
has
what I
something
wanna
to do
say,
with
then
that?
Let me see what I want to say. That if that's true, all right. Okay, but now let's look back into ourselves again and into humankind as a whole. If that's the case, then why the fuck are we here? Right? Now this comes to us thinking about more lying to ourselves and giving us purpose.
Right.
Life is about purpose. So if we continue to tell ourselves that, then we are meaningless. So why do we live? Okay, that's why religion exists, because it gives you a meaning to live. That's why people who don't believe in religion, because that gives them something to do. All right, all of this shit, politics, everything to keep us busy.
A crutch, yes.
So now I'm saying is that when you see these technological advances and conversations that we're having, this is the purpose that we need to be focusing on, even if it's not the actual truth.
Right.
Because even if we die, if I die tomorrow, it's not going to mean anything. If you die 50 years from now, it's not going to mean anything.
Yeah.
So even if we still live in this weird idea that like, well, none of this matters because the higher powers aren't ever going to let us do anything regardless, then why the fuck just, you know what I mean? We have to lie to ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point.
Definitely. Oh, of course. I'm not, because...
So yeah, the man went to the moon.
You know how shitty, so you know how shitty life would be. You know how shitty life would be if you just woke up every morning and thinking none of this fucking matters and you really have no purpose.
And honestly, there's people that do think that, and that's called depression.
And this, folks, brings us to our second hour of the podcast. Mental health.
Yes, that's what I was just gonna say.
Bro, let's just go 24 hours for it.
Oh, depression. I love you and I hate you. All at the same time.
Darkness, my old friend.
Bro, it's just like...
Anyways, the moral of the story is believe in what you want to believe in. And this is my thing. My whole thing.
Your life is the purpose.
There has to be something. No, there has to be something more than this. Is my whole thing is always.
I think there is.
But I'm talking like within yourself. Like there is more to life than just.
And I think there is, but that's why you gotta be a good fucking person, so that good energy carries on to that greater thing. That's how I see it. Because obviously, right here, we gotta live with the energy we have, and we gotta make the best of it.
Because it's like. You
gotta earn that energy.
You're born and placed in situations that you can't control. Like off rip, you can't control who your parents are. You can't control the family. You can't even control the environment you're in. So you're already. So in my opinion, I think you're already put in this world like with a couple points taken off. Because it's like you don't get to control what you get to control. I believe once you have that power to move out, surround yourself with people you want to be, then you start to make your life what you actually want to make of it. But I think
in the realms of capitalists and the American society,
and just ending on this, the credit score is a farce, and it's meant to keep
people down,
middle class and low income and low class family marginalized and kept in a box.
All right. So what is your guys' credit scores? I'm kidding.
As of yesterday, 744.
Oh, mine's like, well, dude, bro. Okay.
So shut up.
I don't want to brag.
No, mine was like the highest mine ever was like 732.
Nice.
And then the VA, because I was getting money from them for school because my dad was in the military. They sent me a letter saying that I didn't pay them back a certain amount of money from the previous year of school. And I was like, okay, and I was working at the time, so I could pay them back right away. So like, okay, but they never sent it to me. So they already sent it over to the collections.
Oof, that's rough.
So it dropped my score 100 points, bro.
So that's what I'm saying, bro.
Goes down very quick.
That's what I'm saying.
I got it up back to like 711 or something like that. But like
the system in place is meant to keep middle income and low income families or people in the box, marginalized, and never being able. Do you think rich people have a credit score?
No, it doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying.
Even if they do, it doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So anyway,
what's the CEO of Chase's credit score?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Let's hear it.
Anyways, let's
get him on the line right now, guys.
Chase. Chase.
Come on in, Jay.
JP Morgan. Anyone?
Jay-Z has a credit score? Come on.
Jay-Z. I mean, nah, bro. Bro, Jay-Z was slinging dope, bro.
So come on. Bro. Anyways, I think that's a good way to wrap. That's a good wrap.
Oh man, I'm stressed out.
Fuck the system.
I did, but I can't do it. I just been.
All right.
Well, no. I got one. Oh yeah, I got one. Well, it's not really a joke.
Still, take care of your fucking credit score.
It's not really a joke. It's more of a story I heard. If you guys want to hear it.
Yeah.
So and it's funny because we were talking about kind of the doctors and all that kind of stuff. So there was a guy where his wife went into a coma, and it wasn't looking good, right? So the doctor was like, we got to figure something out, if you want to, her to stay alive. And he was like, one thing that, is kind of unorthodox, but we've seen it work to wake them up is that you perform oral sex.
Jesus. I like where this is going.
And he was like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, all right, I'll try. 8 minutes later, he comes back out of the, the room. And he goes, Doc, she's choking.
All right. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week. That was a
That was funny.
story. That was funny, man. Read the room. Greg, read the room.
What, 2 Mexicans? Sorry.
No.
Anyway, thank you, everyone.
Wow, guys, you heard it here first at the Sunny Days podcast.
Hey, man, I'm happy. Anyways, welcome.
Deuces.
Laters.
That was a good. You know what you should
Do
do?
your stereo, hit it called the chaos. Bitches throwing bras on stage, hit them with paintball shit. How'd you make out? Pretty good, got